Oh, hello, all my wonderful broskies of the Maverick Nation. And if you can't tell, I am severely got a case of just the WTFs. Like, for some reason, this morning has just been the morning where I've just been like, WTF? Like, I don't know what's going on today. Like, the day has just been one of those days where I just gotta be like, WTF? First of all, I wake up, my dad isn't at home, and the second thing, thirsty, but there's nothing good to drink. And I remind you, I said there's nothing good to drink. Anyways, so, I'm just having another one of these WTF moments. A WTF morning. However, I do know that the content flow must continue because I want to be a nice boy and make everyone happy, or at least the best I can. You can't ask me to do any better, otherwise you'd just be trying to milk me dry. So, what we're on now would be part two of What If Izuku Was Slenderman. And I can't exactly remember where I left off, except for, Izuku and Bakugo had made a deal about something about UA. So I'm just gonna say that it's the last day of middle school, around the time in which the sludge villain attack would happen in canon. However, due to something called the Slender Sickness, the sludge villain is absolutely terrified of Izuku. Like, he's making him see hallucinations, and he isn't even looking at him directly, so, yeah. Izuku, Izuku got creative with his powers over time. Like, he doesn't have to look at you directly. Like, all you have to do is look at him directly, and you're under the slender sickness. That is, if he wants you to be. Like, not. He's most of the time he's like normally chill, but he's just giddy now, like cause he got Bakugo to basically sign his own death warrant. Like, he just got back at Bakugo, one of the most annoying people in the class to him. Like, Canon Izuku always wants to be Bakugo's friend. This Izuku couldn't give a less about Bakugo if he lived or died. Actually, he would prefer if he died. But he's not going to say that because he knows the whole thing about heroes not killing. But, like, he would prefer he died than he stay alive. You know, he just doesn't say it out loud. It's just, Izuku eventually, whenever it gets time for the whole exam, after the whole training is done and whatever, the whole exam, there's the written part, which, seeing as Slenderman is how many freaking centuries old, you think he would know a thing or two. And if Izuku's going to be Slenderman in this, he's gonna have that Slenderman knowledge. And there's even that one, like, I forget what you call it, fan fiction, like like creepypasta fan fiction, like where whenever the girl meets Slenderman, he basically says he knows everything. So if that's not enough bucket in your fish in your bucket, like, on like how smart Izuku's probably gonna be. Like, I mean, come on, guys, just come on. Um, your boy Darkseid Maverick had be having one of those WTF mornings, you know. So basically, Izuku, knowing pretty much like most everything that he should be able to know, and even more, he would ace the test, and he would just wouldn't even bother like talking to anyone because remember he does not like people. And whenever he eventually saw that Bakugo was there, he's like, so he didn't chicken out. He's like, so he didn't chicken out. And whenever Bakugo noticed Izuku, Bakugo would just be like, shit, crap, why does this have to happen to me? But anyways, whenever the gates would eventually open, people would just see Izuku disappear, but it would be like a glitchy flash in which he would disappear in. His slender teleportation, because he got that slender teleportation because he's Slender Man. And so he'd just be flying all through and, taking out zero pointers just with like some sort of like freaking Ghost Rider Spawn symbiote pendant stare. Like he'd have that shit, like be able to like steal your soul through like staring at you, like killing you and like stealing your soul. But for like robots, it would just be like ripping them apart at the molecular level with like a stare alone. just like just by staring at him, he can rip them apart at the molecular level. He can pull some overhaul bullshit here. And my man's Bakugo would be seeing him, ripping them apart at the molecular level, at least what he thinks is that's what he's doing, which he is doing that. And he'd just be like, okay, now I have to succeed at becoming a hero. I do not want any part of that. And Izuku's just like, yo, Bakugo. Like he's just like, yo. Like it's his attempt at being hip and cool with the kids. His attempt at social skills, like, because he knows he's not very good with social skills, so why try? But you know, just because Bakugo's watching, like, yo. So yeah, eventually it would come to the point in the test where there'd be the zero pointer, and Chaco would be like, "Help!" But Bakugo wouldn't really be focused on that. He'd be more focused on getting the hell out of there, getting the F out of Dodge. But Izuku would be like, interesting. Save yourself. He's like, save yourself, woman. You are a woman, not a girl. I mean, if you're a woman, then you should be able to save yourself. It's just like, so Choco has to degrade herself in order to be saved. I'm like, girl. It's just like, she has to degrade herself in order for him to give enough Fs to actually save her. Which really, that isn't even the truth. But he wanted to do this. He's like, if I'm gonna have to be sociable with these people, I want to get something out of it, which isn't complete and total misery on my part. So, why not get complete and total misery from them? like make them suffer because I'm suffering. Like, if I'm gonna suffer, you're gonna suffer too, okay, guys, girls. It's basically what Izuku's mindset here is. He's like, if I have to suffer, you're gonna suffer with me. And I'm gonna be the one who makes it out. I'm gonna be the one who makes it happen. They're not even gonna know that that's what's happening. So yeah, Ochako just like had to degrade herself, and Izuku just pops up in front of the 0 pointer and just molecular levels the hell out of it, and then reassembles it, then tears it apart, then reassembles it, and like over and over and over till there's nothing left to tear apart or reassemble. Like he literally molecularly like freaking like roasted toasted it at the molecular level. So there's nothing left to like either restore or destroy. So yeah, Izuku is a hard some. He is hard. He's got that he's got that, status about himself. Like if he's gonna do something for somebody, he's gonna do it the way he wants to do it. And oftentimes that is going to be in a very brutal sense of fashion. As Ochako is seeing right now. Like and Izuku doesn't even give a shit. He's just like, okay, woman, grab my hand. Just like, wait, now I'm a woman? No, you're still a girl, but I called you a woman because I can and will if I want to. Just grab my hand. And Ochako was like, okay, okay. He's like, grab, and then automatically, boop! She's like, freaking slender teleportation all the way to Recovery Girl, and it's like, the test is over. Like, right before they teleport, it's like, the test is over. And, Recovery Girl is just like, she drops her freaking coffee. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, she was not expecting that. And, Ochako is just in a lot of pain right now. But Izuku's just like, Recovery Girl, will you please deal with the girl woman thing in the room? And Recovery Girl has like heard about Izuku and how he's not good with social skills from like his time at his middle school. And but she was not expecting this. She's just like, well, okay then. And then she just goes to uh, help Ochako recuperate. And Izuku's just like, I got better things to do than this. I'm gonna blitz. Beep. Like, slender teleportation all the way back to his house. Like, he doesn't have to walk home. He just all the way back to his house and in his room, not just into his house, into his room. He slender teleports all the way over there. Like, he does not want to have to deal with anyone. Even his mom is kind of getting annoying to him. And Izuku is just like, well, here's hoping that I pass, I guess. Because he really doesn't give a shit. Because he knows he passed. He's got like that lax nature, like, you know, he's just got that lax nature. And actually, he begins to hear something out his window. And what he hears from out his window is like little whimpering sounds. Sounds like it's coming from a dog. And, he's just like, it's probably on its last legs. Just get it out of its misery. So he just goes over there to like kill the dog, put it out of its misery. because he's pretty sure what he's hearing is a dog whimpering. And basically, whenever he gets over to the dog, and the dog looks up at him, you can see that the dog does not have dog teeth, it has human teeth. And it's in a smile. Almost like this was a trick. And the dog lunges forward at him, but like before it like lunges forward, Izuku's able to assess that this dog is like from the looks from the looks of the dog, it's like a husky dog. It looks something like that. But whenever it starts to lunge at him, like the fur comes off and it's like a fleshy material. Doesn't even recognize it as a dog, more like a demon, like a hellhound. And so he's like, "Oh, you must be special too." But I'm special in a very different way. And he just grabs the dog, like the hellhound, as he calls it now, with like all of his tentacles. And he's just like, "Would you like to see just how special I am? And in what way?" And the dog is just like, "Wait, wait, wait." It's just like, Izuku was kind of confused. Like, dogs aren't supposed to be able to talk. Okay, what's the big deal, buddy? And he just starts to choke it with its tentacles. And then the thing is like, I can explain. Just please stop that. And, he just drops the dog to the ground. And the dog, goes back into its husky form. And basically explains it is Smille.jpeg, or Smile Dog, as the humans call it. Because, it's a dog that has a human smile. So Smile Dog is a more simpler name than Smile.jpeg. The whole JPEG thing is because, the whole photo with, like, spread the word. He basically explains that to Izuku, that that's how people can get rid of the curse upon them if they see the picture. That if they spread the word for other people to look at the picture, basically then the curse will be on them. And Izuku's like, "You're not a very effective curse giver. I looked at you very, very closely, and I didn't feel a thing." And he's saying all these things about like you're saying like all these humans that they are given such unfortunate fates. But looking at your picture, looking at you, eventually seeing the real you, that hellhound that I saw. And like Smile Dog is just like, "Dude, you don't have to be a dick about it. I wasn't exactly the, most favored out of my kind. So, I was, you know." And Izuku's like, "No, I don't know. Please, pray tell." And he's like the Smile Dog is basically just like, "Oh, listen, I was basically considered the black sheep of the litter. So, I was given the worst of cursed, prospects out of the litter. Basically, the lowest of the low of my kind, or at least what's left of them, that being only me, because they were annoying. They pissed me off. So I got rid of them, personally." And Izuku's like, "You're my kind of dog." And Smile Dog's like, "Wait, what?" And Izuku's just like, "I don't like people either. Especially people like that. Especially, I know someone like that. I made a deal with him, and now he's regretting accepting it." Oh, oh, trust me. If I ever get the chance to get you to meet him, just saying, You know what will happen if you do something I don't want you to do, right? And, Smile Dog is like, wait, now you're acting like you own me. And, Izuku just waves his hand, and all of a sudden there's a leash. He's like, Smile Dog. And, like, now he has a paper in his hand. He's like, owner of Smile Dog. Also known, like, owner of Smile Dog, aka Smille.jpeg. And, like, Smile Dog tries to swipe at like, like, the contract for, like, owning him. And, like, every time he tries, he just gets burnt, like, ow. And, Izuku's like, for a hellhound, you really don't accept fire very well. I can't, I can't blame you. I don't like it either. It's a very touchy subject. And, like, Smile's like, oh, please, pray, just, like, gets tentacled. And I was like, oh, okay, you don't have to say anything. And, and Izuku just, like, puts him down, and he's like, good boy. Good Smile. That's what I'm gonna call you. Smile. And, basically Izuku's like for him, Smile Dog's just like, so, I heard you say something about your mother. What's she gonna think about this? And, Inko was like just right out there, and she's just like, I saw everything. Izuku, what is going on? What are you doing with your quirk to that poor dog? And Izuku's like, honestly, if you saw everything, you would know that this is no normal dog. Plus, the teeth. And, Inko's like, animals can have mutation quirks too. And, Izuku's like, my mother is so damn dense. Smile, please help me. And, Smile's like, no problem. And Smile just goes up to Inko, and it's like, just like there's like a little hole in like the freaking universe that Smile opens up, and it grabs something from within the hole, and then takes it out, and then the hole closes, and it's like, and it goes like, oh, it's a piece of paper. You want to show me something? And Izuku's like, oh no, you didn't. And Smile just looks at him like, oh yes, I did. And Izuku's like, she's a regular human. She is going to go mad. And basically, just it's a photo of Smile Dog, and it basically says, "Spread the word." And Inko's like, she's not really sure what that means, but whatever. And later on that night, basically, Izuku hears a loud sound, basically a lot of crying, and then a loud bang sound coming from his mother's room. And whenever he goes in there, he sees his mother with a hole in her head and blood everywhere and like tears going down her face and like blood writing on the wall that said, spread the word. And Smile is just there, like, it's like, he's just like looking at the writing, looking at Izuku, and he's just like, did I do good, master? And Izuku's like, well, now I'm going to have to find a new form of guardian. And, we just get a phone call, and it's just like, yes, who is this? And it's just like, it's me, All Might. I heard something, like a banging sound. Like a lot of distress, crying, and then a bang sound. And then Izuku just explains everything, but except for the parts which she doesn't want All Might to know. And, that they have a dog now, and so if All Might wants to take him in, okay. Basically, if he wants to take him in, he's going to have to take Smile in with him because he's not being separated from his bestest boy ever for 1 second. And Smile's like, wait, what? Yeah, that's right, you're the bestest boy. Izuku is just like playing with Smile, but in truth, he really actually does. He really actually does like Smile. The first, like, human being or creature of any kind that he actually has grown a soft spot for. Someone who is like him. Something that is probably not supposed to be of this world, or not really of this world, but in this world. Something that is, not supposed to be. Izuku felt that he wasn't supposed to be, that he wasn't ever supposed to be a thing that existed. And, now it's just, Izuku and Smile, and they're just waiting for All Might and all the police to, like, pick up, like, the body, and get on with the papers that sign, like, basically give All Might, legal guardianship over Izuku. And Izuku's just like, as long as you don't take away Smile. Smile's my bestest boy in the whole wide world, and I would never trade him in for anything. And, All Might's just like, well, that's just touching. I mean, he probably would like to have some sort of animal companion after losing his mother, so, yeah, All Might goes with it. He can still have the dog. It's just whether it's an inside dog or an outside dog. And, Izuku's like, he's both ways. He can either be an inside dog or an outside dog. He doesn't really seem to care. And All Might's like, you seem to actually act like you know what the animal is thinking. And Izuku's like, because we're that good of friends. And if you're wondering why he looks weird, the whole teeth thing, uh, you know, like my mom said, animals can have mutation quirks. So, this could just be a result of a mutation quirk. And All Might accepts that, and he's just like, okay then, let's get going. Chop chop. And yeah, I'm gonna end it here because food calls. So yeah. And basically, Alan's gonna dust us because the Dark Shadow Maverick is OUT out of here. Bye bye.